Hello, world. It is I, Ryan, aka Crownson's Corner, and this is the Healing Chefs podcast. Also, co-host Jay, aka True the Movement. .4.
Sure.
Jay, hello. How you doing? Hello, sir. Sorry, we're getting stuff out because we also need to roll for more. Always roll more.
Always.
All right, and Healing Chefs is all about. Chef is derived from chief being a leader. Everyone that I have on here is a leader in their own way, and we're all healing, never healed. You know what I mean? Always getting better. But today's chef, other than my cotton mouth, if I could talk. Yeah. All right. I have a drink, yeah. But today's chef is Gilbert Grower. About said the government. Gilbert Grower.
Yeah, no. What's
No,
up?
not at all.
How's it going, everyone?
Thank you very much. What's up, Doc? Thank you very much for coming. We set it up a couple times, but life, you know how it is. But glad to have you here. Let me see what else. Do you want? You just want regular papers, right? Yeah, because I'm not that great at rolling everybody, but you'll get over it. But okay,
I'm not perfect either, man.
Yeah, but you're better than I. That's why we go ahead and pass that on down to.
I'm not the best either, but I'd say like one thing that's made rolling fun lately. Ever do those roll buddies yet? Those tips, the wood tips.
I have I have a few glass ones.
Okay, so those have gotten me back into rolling a little bit more. I was dabbing pretty heavy, but now that I've got those again, I've been trying to like perfect my art a little bit and get them straight. But I'm nowhere near perfect either, man. Some people out there can roll them like a cigarette, like perfect. So
he rolls. We just smoked, and he rolled that.
That
so
was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Real well.
You're humble.
Yeah, real well. And right now what he's rolling up is the Team Skunk Works. Shout out to them.
Awesome.
The cold treat.
Hell yeah.
What not the umami tester?
557.
Umami 557, aka cold treat. But real quick, could you explain to people who you are, what you do, and then we'll go into the segments.
Yeah, so I'm a home grower. I'd say small scale. Like to grow variety of mediums. So right now I'm focused on more of the living soil route. Started out with more of like the cocoa coir, more of the synthetic route, but naturally kind of organically kind of shifted more towards the organic route there. So I don't know, just really enjoying the plant. Been focusing on a little bit of hash production within the last couple of years. Really trying to dial that in a little bit more for myself, for my craft, and really for my homies to try out too. And that's always been the main focus there, is just trying to get some good stuff for me and my friends to enjoy and be able to have fun with it.
Yeah, and before we get into that segment, that's a big thing that we're trying to show. That shit's wild, right? How do you smell it?
Oh yeah, damn! I could smell it through the mask, even
through the mask. That shit, like that. Like I don't know. It kind of had like a peanut butter.
And that's the cold treat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And that'll give you hair in your nostrils.
Definitely. Definitely will.
Sorry. It made me cough already, guys. Shit's fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's one thing that we like talking about is the Growmies.
Yeah.
The homies that grow and shit like that. And it's really big because I feel like myself, we're getting kind of more into like a bit of I don't know if I'm using this word right, but like a renaissance into back to like everyone getting reacquainted themselves with cannabis again. Like for myself for a while, I was just caught up in being in as a bud tender and all that kind of stuff, and shortly realizing that that's you're pushing someone else's dream and stuff like that, and kind of losing the passion.
Totally.
So you kind of have to like bring that stuff home and shit like that. So that's dope. And we'll talk a little bit more about the cannabis industry and whatnot, but like me running into this mic, we'll go ahead and jump into the first segment, which is cannabis journey.
Awesome.
Clip it up. And
transitions.
Yeah, that was dope. All
Love
right.
it.
Love it. So Cannabis Journey is all about like how you found cannabis yourself. I always tell people, and I'm sure they're tired of hearing it, but you're gonna hear it again. I started with brick weed,
Oh yeah,
seeds, all that, all the stuff, and grew from there to flower and stuff like that, and then we'll get into more of like and then the rosin and what stuff later. But this is more about you. Okay,
for
so
sure, for sure.
how did you find cannabis and
Oh man,
where you
so
at with it now?
growing up in Tucson, man, I've been hanging with my girl Mary for a long time. I feel like probably back in like 2000, I got introduced to it at a really young age. I'd say, hung out with an older crowd, probably one of the youngest of the people that I hung out with just kind of naturally. So being around them, it was what they were doing. But what
Mm-hmm.
cool thing about it is I was never forced or like peer pressured into doing it. It was something naturally that I kind of had my own ideas about and own curiosities, right? And dabbled in it. And when I first started smoking, I didn't start smoking hard either, like
Yeah.
smoking every day. So it was just like a once in a while things. But my homies were really smoking heavy, all the time. So it was constantly there, which was cool. Um, Reggie, though, just like you said, man, some straight brick weed. Like I
Reggie
remember
Miller.
sometimes getting pounds like shoot size of this, right? Like condensed
Yeah,
small,
yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
brick weed. You're trying to do whatever you can.
Anybody, man, I'm a clown on myself real quick. Like way back in the day when I got some brick weed, I was young. I don't even remember how old.
Yeah.
I had a person that got it, sold it to me, told me if I take that brick and I put it in the microwave for like a
Oh,
couple,
okay.
that it'll
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
what I
Yep.
did
Yep.
was cooked my weed in my fucking microwave.
Yeah. Totally.
So
Killed all the trichomes,
just fucked
all
it
the
all
chirps,
all the
everything.
fucked it all. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any really. It was more like more hash than as much as it's pressed.
Probably, right?
But
Probably.
yeah, no, fucked it all the way up.
Exactly.
Yeah, so but yeah, so that's how we so brick and
Yeah, man.
everything.
So then, like, hydro was a treat, man. I remember, like,
Yeah.
every once in a while you would get it. People would, I remember, don't touch it with your bare hands. It was so funny,
Taking knife
back.
hits.
Exactly. Taking knife hits and
Weaving the
stuff. And,
fucking knives in the coil.
yep. And
Ooh,
nowadays it's just the norm, right? Smoking the best that you can get, top shelf coming out.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
finger fucking your bud seems to be
Right.
normal to people too.
That's true.
yeah.
That's
Please
true.
don't finger fuck my
Get
butt.
a nice
Yeah, please.
grinder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Break it
please,
up
please
right.
stop touching my buds.
I'm
Yeah,
with you.
even when I like like because when I'm cheating, when I use my cheat codes,
Okay.
my game genies for you older people.
Yeah.
I use the stick in there to actually push it all the way
pack it in.
Like the only time that I ever touch it is when I'm unfortunately pulling it off of the stem.
Yep.
And even then, maybe I should be like using like forceps or some shit. Like
right?
now that I think about it, I mean, I might have to do that.
Up the game a little.
Up the game,
Because all your oils
the
are
destroying
messing up all the trichomes and everything that are on that bud. You're pretty much just getting all the good stuff on your fingers.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, that, and then also, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good.
But also, like when people like want to try out a strain and then they roll it in like tobacco or some shit or like
yeah.
I'm like.
So I've been saying this for
I don't
forever.
understand.
I've been saying this forever.
how do you
I just
taste it?
recently got into like leaves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I always said if you're trying a strain for someone, especially if someone wants you to review it, it's disrespectful to put it in a blunt.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Put it in a paper.
Put it in a bong. Well, I smoke bong all the time.
Still, you got to put it in the paper to get that real, true taste profile to really judge a nug.
I hear that.
You gotta smoke it in the paper.
I feel that.
The-
I mean,
The bong you're getting once you hit the first greenery. After that, you're not really getting. You're getting burnt marshmallow and stuff like that. You're not getting the real actual terpenes from the flower.
yeah. I like how you think about that. See, this is why we have you here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Because I do like you're damn right. Because especially when I load this fucking party bowl that I have that looks like a Lego head, I definitely am roasting that. I even have a little crackhead torch just to fucking
Start to
Yeah,
light it
so
up with,
you're
yeah.
getting butane
Hell yeah,
and
dog. You
blue
don't like
burnt
that shit?
turps.
You don't like butane?
That butane high, huh?
Hey, use it to
No,
but
speaking of that, man,
and then
I think early with the dab shit too, you know. So probably back in the day, whenever we had the titanium nails and carrying around like the green propane tank,
I literally
man.
brought the titanium nail back out yesterday.
No way.
I brought the
No way.
titanium nail back out yesterday.
That's crazy.
Absolutely not.
That's
That's
because
crazy.
so
Yeah.
so I chaz bangers. I buy expensive ass bangers,
Oh yeah.
and then
Yeah, they're high
I
priced.
like my dabs hot. Like
Okay. I've seen you. Yeah.
I'm different, so I dab different than everybody else.
Through the nose.
Yeah, and hot, no water,
Damn.
just
Just
pure
pure pain.
just
That
pure
makes my
pleasure.
nose hurt thinking
It
about it,
just
man.
like
It's
the
just
cocaine in my life
Yeah.
destroyed it enough that I'm like I'm good.
Right.
yeah,
I've had
a lot of people tell me that
Serious.
until they try it. Like I swear, I at one event I threw a mansion party last 7/10, and a lot of the vendors there were like, "Nah, man, I'll never do that." And then we all sat at the table, had a networking sesh, and
Yeah.
guess what they were doing?
Doing the nose
They were
dabs,
he
man.
nose
said
dabbing
he
with
said
me.
don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight.
That should
Don't you
be
talk to me that way.
that
I'm
should
telling
be
you,
like
man.
That's a
a
quote from
So when I first
it
saw
is.
nose dabbing, I was like, "Ain't no way in the world I'll ever
Try that
do
out.
anything like that. Like, ain't no that's hot railing." I was like, "Nah,
No,
I ain't never
what?
do it."
That's completely different.
Yeah,
That's
right.
That's a whole nother street.
That is.
I was like, "Nah, you can never get me to do that." And then I tried it, and I was like, "I love this."
Yeah. No.
I was gonna say, man, that should be a
I
close out of the pod mandatory. You got to take the hot nose dab, dude.
Telling you, man.
He's come to the sesh
Yes.
on the
Oh, man.
29th. Everybody, Exhale
Oh
Society
yeah, yeah.
29th
Shout out
sesh.
Exhale.
Yeah, we're gonna be there with like a lot of different like a brand or a couple brands
Got a few brands so far.
and
Nice.
then bunch of like the home growers and stuff. But like, come out.
Yeah, I'm
He
popping through.
he already got me. Like, there's a video out already, and I was getting my ass kicked with that dab, but like I
Oh,
made
I
it through
bet.
it. I made it through it. We needed a couple reheats,
Yeah.
but I made it through it. So it's your turn. But going back to it, so yeah, we get to like the hydro and like we're doing knife hits and stuff, and eventually, when did you find like when you were like when did you start growing?
So early started growing. I would say like in high school was the first time I
Oh shit,
ever
nice.
tried growing. Yeah, I can think back. I remember getting some bag
Tucson?
seeds. Yep, down in
Nice.
Tucson from a buddy. And nothing that I would brag about, man. It grew wonderful, man. But I dried and cured it like fucking hay. And I think that's one thing we were
I'm
talking about, man, is
yeah.
it's really about a lot of your curing methods and how that can bring your stuff to the next level, right? It can look beautiful up until that point. And then you cut that and you can just destroy it, right? And sadly, I didn't have any mentors or any guidance in my life at the time. I remember going in the Sea of Green and kind of hinting to the guy, hey, if I were growing tomatoes, like what kind of nutrients would
It's
I
always
need to
tomatoes, guy.
it's always
exactly,
tomatoes.
right?
Tomatoes.
So that didn't really put my confidence in place, right? So I stopped growing at that point and just kind of kept it in the back of my mind. But really around the pandemic, man, 2020, whenever Prop 207 and everything started happening, it really piqued my curiosity again and took it a lot more serious. I actually met one of my good buddies that really started me out strong, the Clone Daddy on Instagram, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
Clone
yeah,
Daddy.
the
Yeah.
Clone Daddy. He gave me a lot of knowledge, man. I think back to all the times I reached out to him through Instagram and asking questions. It's just awesome guy, man. Super supportive, and that was really kind of my introduction into growing. Was 2020, you know, and then really just
Okay.
perfecting the
Okay.
craft since.
Nice, because yeah, I moved back out here about 2015. Because I did some stuff. I got out of the army and did some jobs. I'm like, I want to go where the weeds at, because I was not the guy, but a
Yeah.
guy in Missouri, and I'm like, I'm tired of just getting like, because for me, I was just getting Blue Dream, Girl Scout cookies, Master Kush, and Romulan.
Okay.
Fire,
Yeah.
but when that's like all you have
Want more
coming in
variety. Yeah.
like over and over and over, shit gets old.
Totally.
Yeah. So especially like you have like indica and you just need to get some shit done and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna smoke a little and then you're just like, I'm asleep, man.
Yep.
You like get
Yep.
15 minutes worth of work in or
I
some
hear
shit. Like,
that.
yeah. So that was rough and that was what he's like looking at me like, why are you bitching about those strains? Like, I thought there was so much better.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, but
Those are 4 staples right there, man.
They
Those
they
are,
really
some
they
fire
were
strains.
and looking
I
back on
want
it
them right now.
now, I was like,
Right.
I had some of the hottest shit in
Yeah.
there. Shit, I was a debt collector at the time, but I was walking with a fucking stack of money.
Yeah.
Now I smoked so much that I just turned that into my own smoke, but like I wasn't making anybody. But I've always been that guy though,
I hear you.
just to make enough to buy my fucking zips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's your preferred method of growing?
So I would say right now is living soil is how I've been focusing in, doing a lot of organic stuff, making a lot of my own inputs. I think that's one thing I've really honed in on too with growing is growing more things outside of cannabis and how I can use that towards my cannabis plants too. So for example, like a couple years back, I grew pumpkins with the family so that we could have,
Yeah.
pumpkins to carve for Halloween, but using those too for future nutrients
Mhm.
by, using your
Yeah.
EM1, your rainwater, helping to get your microbes going. And essentially then you got your own FPEs to utilize, your fermented plant
Plant extracts.
extracts. And yep.
Sweet
to
potatoes have like potassium.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So you could start to utilize those, even cannabis, right? So I started to incorporate some of my trimmings and using that into rainwater to make my own like JLF inputs.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So I learned a lot about that from OK Calix. Shout out to him on Instagram too. Just
Shout
a
out.
wealth of knowledge, man, that will drop anything on you if you reach out. And I think that's what's cool too about a lot of the people I've encountered within, the organic community, especially too, is it's not a lot of gatekeeping. A lot of people want to
Yeah,
help
a lot
you
of people
out.
share knowledge in the organic community,
Yep,
which
exactly.
is weird because in the salt community, it's like a little bit different. A lot of people are
Yeah.
like, "No, this is my recipe."
Some things are held to the chest and you
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
figure
yeah.
it
Yeah.
out yourself. They'll give you the basics,
Mhm.
just enough to kind of get started,
They're
right?
like, "Here,
I mean,
use
even
Athena core."
Yep.
That's what you
yeah.
go to Google and look at the feeding
Yeah,
chart and try that.
Yeah, try it.
exactly. Try it out,
Try it out.
but
No,
yeah,
but how like what's a good mix? No, just go online and figure it out.
Pretty
Go
much.
pretty
pretty
much go
much.
fuck yourself.
I think
Yeah.
that was pretty much a lot of people's
Fudge yourself, I
introduction
said.
to
Fudge.
cannabis.
Yeah.
'Cause I originated outdoor.
Okay.
That's where I started over 12 years now.
Yeah.
I started outdoor. So when I started indoor and I saw these bags of salt nutrients, I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Like, what are you doing here? And then some of them so strong, if your finger's wet and you touch it, it burns you.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, how is this safe for plants? But then you learn how to correctly formulate someone else's formula to work for what you need.
Exactly.
It's a fun journey. But
Yeah.
So dope. So then so growing and everything, you learned all that and making your own like you've gone to rosin and
Yep.
shit now
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there too, a lot of good mentors, man. Shout out Pheno Rich, shout out
Shout
Hash
out
Paddler, a
Fino.
lot of good guys that are, just setting the bar on IG that, you could really look up to and follow a lot of their standard practices, reach out and just super cool and,
It's great
knowledgeable
because
guys.
as a chef and myself that's like I'm not special because I'm a chef.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I hear
Like
you.
I can teach you to do what I do.
Yeah,
So like
but not exactly how you
but
do
not
it.
exactly how I do it,
true.
but I can get you on my level.
Mhm.
So like I like that people are helping out and shit like and that's why we're talking about the organic community and shit helping out and stuff. I as a chef am not a gatekeeper. Like I'll teach you some shit and
Yep,
show you some shit and then but I mean it's not going to be the same, but I can get fucking close though.
I hear you.
So I like
Definitely
that,
hear
but we're
that.
gonna have to go ahead and jump to the next segment,
Cool.
which is about trip tales, and trip tales. All right, sorry, and we're back. We didn't go anywhere.
Transported back to
Someone's
the
in
same
charge
spot.
of this. Not sure who. It's me. Um, but who's running this train? So Trip Tales is all about psychedelic experiences, lessons, questions, thoughts, ideas, things that you've heard. Do you have any experiences that you like to share, or and even edibles? High
Yeah.
dose edibles. Edibles. Today we're gonna teach you about edibles. I don't edibles. Anyway, sorry.
No, definitely a fan of the edibles and everything. I got some trip tails, so definitely early on too. I'd say experimenting more with mushrooms.
Mm.
For some reason, man, I remember down in Tucson, I wasn't able to find any acid. Couldn't find Lucy for years, man. In that peak
Sometimes it's
time,
hard, and then she shows up, and she's just like,
man,
sorry,
It's
I have a
never
thing.
hard.
I have a thing for Lucy.
Never hard.
yeah. It was
Oh.
funny how she showed up into my life, actually, man. I had been looking for all these years, and then actually moving up to Flagstaff, dude, for college. I was unpacking my bags into the apartment that I was moving into, and my neighbor was like, "Yo, I just got this letter in the mail from my brother in Utah, man." And I was like, "Oh, cool." Didn't really know the guy, right?
I'm
It's
so
actually got
happy
some
for you,
Lucy.
dog.
I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "All right, I'll remember where you live, man." I'm coming over,
He got
right?
what?
Right?
Did we just become friends? I think so.
You want to do
Exactly,
karate
man.
in the garage? Yep.
I just so happen to have some fire bud, right? So linking up, but yeah, man. So
Scadios.
I don't know. Still love tripping, but I wouldn't say tripping as much as I used to, and on the level I used to. Now it's more like the micro dose. Gummies every once in a while, keeping it more low key. But every once in a while, I do crave a good trip. Though,
Yeah.
good.
I'm probably gonna do one later.
Yeah, a good set right. Get your mind right. And kind of
Well,
get everything reset.
I've had some ketamine treatments recently to set my ass straight because
Okay.
I was on another aggressive trip again.
I hear
I was
you.
like, "Arr," and then I'm like, okay, all right, bud.
Time for it.
Time to put that fucking monster in timeout.
I hear that.
But and that's why we sat down with like Sir High and that and stuff like that. And
Oh,
I'm like,
sick.
so because we wanted to move on with the
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Shout out Sir High.
yeah,
We
shout
don't
out Sir
wanna-
High Lounge,
We
all
don't want
them.
to promote any drama or any negativity. We want to bring the community back together with how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and like,
Exactly.
look,
This ego
like
stuff.
there. Eventually, tripping and stuff like that. Eventually, we're going to like have brands and stuff on here that people don't like.
Yeah.
and that's going to be okay because I'm not asking anybody to uptake my stances on anything because that's just ridiculous. Like, come on, guys, we're gonna go get them.
The revolution.
We're gonna-
The views and stances on the Healing Chef are those of the Healing Chef and the Healing Chef alone.
Yeah.
I
So
like
like, yeah. But like, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm just. I don't want to. I don't want to be. I want to build my reality with like. This
Yeah.
is what psychedelics has taught me. Is like you build your own reality and shit like that. Because when I've taken these trips, especially my recent one with like ketamine and stuff, is like, look, man. Like I've always been like with working out or doing a job or something like that. I've always had this intense anxiety to like get it done.
Okay.
And rush and shit and everything, and that's usually where that all stress comes from, right?
True.
But when I had the ketamine or whatever, it let me sit back and go, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna work this shit out, and this is what people use shrooms and shit for too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what shrooms do for me. I think that's why I haven't had any in a while because I have right now. I have to be in that zone to like I gotta get this done. I gotta go. Gotta go. And when I'm on shrooms and I'm really feeling myself, I'm just.
But here's the thing, though: as much as you're like that, and you worry about that, and you feel like you need that, you don't need that shit because this all like, if you sit back and just do this once, like like in the beginning of your day, be like, figure out what you're stressing about, or in the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week, tap back into that, like maybe write down something or set a reminder or something. Whatever fucking issue you had on Monday
Doesn't matter on Saturday.
on fucking Friday, Saturday, that shit's resolved or some shit. So like you fucking worrying all the way through that motherfucker only didn't do a goddamn thing.
No, that's so smart, man. That's
So
a good idea.
that's what the trips have helped me with lately. Is getting the fuck out of my own way.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
yeah.
That's people's biggest downfall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting in your head.
And it's no one
your own
else's
way.
fault. Like, as much as I'm like yelling at the world and shit, as much nowadays, the shrooms and all the psychedelics that I keep like doing and allegedly taking.
Yeah, allegedly. Right?
That
I'm not allegedly taking anything. I am.
yeah. I'm allegedly I'm under but yeah, no, all the stuff that like I've been doing lately is to like help me figure out how to fucking do this shit and not be so fucking stressed out and
Yeah.
like and it's a trip too. It's really a trip when I'm not on something and I'm driving around and I'm watching everybody go to work and everything and they're just fucking losing their minds. I'm like,
Just the
look what they've done
craziness,
to
right?
us.
Yeah. Take a step back every once in a while, right? And
Fuck, do some
it is. It's a
shrooms.
trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Don't grow up.
Put that in the clip. It's a trap.
Yep.
All right. So, do you have anything? I'm sorry, like, we kind of
Nah.
bodied that one, but yeah. So with your you like shrooms? You're doing the microdose, and do you
Yep.
like when you do a full trip? Because this isn't something that I've asked people. This is something I want to know. How like what is your setting? How do you do it? Because myself, you know, curry, and I like to like cleanse my body in the beginning of the day and then do like
Yeah,
curry and
yeah.
shit.
No, definitely. I think I've realized that more over time too. The setting is real important, and being around people that you enjoy, and I think too, like being in your own element, whether it's outside or
Are
inside,
you more of an outside or an inside person when you
Ooh, that
trip?
kind of depends, man. Sometimes I'm more inside. Like I like to be in my own environment, be able to kick back, put a movie on or something. But I tend to always catch myself gravitating outdoors, and
Yeah, I've always found it that for myself, if I'm ever even having a bad time,
yeah,
take your ass outside. As long as you don't you're not into like a shitload of public or in a dangerous place.
yeah,
You
Yeah. 'Cause
don't
I'm
just
like,
walk outside.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not going outside.
Not you.
No, I'm
We
gonna
know
stay
there's
my happy ass inside.
if there's a
Smile.
if you're in a dangerous area, don't go out. The Healing Chefs is not telling you.
Right.
So look, if you're in a safe place and you can do it safely, I don't know if I can say safe enough.
yeah.
Go outside and shit.
Enjoy
Because
the environment.
well,
Yeah,
because I've been so stressed about sitting inside in the prison that I create in my mind that as soon as I walk outside, I'm like, oh, leaves.
you can breathe. Yeah,
Banana, like shit. The fucking shit just blows your mind. You're just
Yeah.
like,
It's like, what was I stressing about again?
Yeah.
Like, what was going on? Ah, birds.
Birds,
Yeah.
draft,
birds.
just
Yeah.
like draft pants, like because your brain's just like doing fucking weird shit. Just Sorry, I take a lot.
Psychedelics are mind opening when used correctly.
That's true.
Certain people
Yep.
can only microdose. Certain people, like myself, macrodose.
And everyone's different,
Yeah,
right? Do what's responsible
everybody's
for
a
you.
bit different. They receive their serotonin receptors are firing at different levels. They're receiving at different levels.
Yep.
It's all on you. Don't go based off what we say. Go home and
Figure it out.
experiment.
Yeah, find out.
Do your own research.
Fuck around and find out on the chart.
Mhm.
You can do it and
Yep.
do it safely and like have somebody there if you're a little too worried and shit like that. And then
It's
but
your first
it helps.
time. It's always best to have a trip setter.
It is.
Yeah.
Sitter.
Yep. Trip setter,
Good
sitter,
company.
setting, sitter. All right. Thank you very much. So we'll go ahead and hit this little break, play their little thing, and then we'll come back with mental health is wealth.
Cool.
I've been watching for 4.
Wait.
but
Oh,
still haven't-
you didn't play their their commercial?
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Aisha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly. AbariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us. AbariEntertainment.com.
And we're back. So, all right. So, mental health is wealth, as we're talking about all these different things. Again, I'm a veteran with PTSD that last year was having a real rough time. Sounded like someone about fell down. Let me check. Yep, they're okay. Uh, he's still in the chair, folks. But but yeah, I was having a real rough time, and for the longest, I was real worried about how it would be perceived and shit if I went and got help. And I kind of waited a long time, and but I went to the VA, checked myself in and shit, and they don't even keep you that long. At the most, it's usually 3 days. I even asked them to keep me like a couple of extra days so I can get everything worked out, and just have me set on my way. But it was a good, bro. I, as much as people think it's, oh my god, I can't believe and all that kind of stuff, it was the best fucking vacation I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, bills and shit still were due and stuff like that, and luckily I figured they helped me out with that. But like I couldn't tell you I needed that shit so bad, and I'm hoping within maybe this year or next year sometime I get back down there and I can actually be a volunteer down there, because not a lot of people tatted up and look like me that I talk to down there, and I'm like, I think I'm kind of needed down here, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you have anything that you deal with I mean, shit, growing cannabis is stressful enough in itself. It's a living being.
People think it's so easy. I mean, it gets easy. It gets to a point where, just like everything that you practice, it becomes second nature. But it's the difference with cannabis is it's ever evolving, so it will always be stressful, like no matter what.
Very true, right? It never really gets easier. You just get better at it.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah,
It's like you
Make
can never
sure
know
you're
everything.
Yep.
Up on the mic.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're good. So how do you deal with the stresses of the day to day? Not just in cannabis, but like maybe some coping mechanisms. I myself, if you ever see me like cleaning up a lot, it's usually because I'm pissed off. Just leave me alone, let me clean.
Yeah.
But that shit helps me because in your mind I can control that shit in front of
Keep
me.
it busy. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you can, and like your brain can technically only really concentrate on one task at a time. So
Have you noticed that's something that's
we haven't
common?
let him talk.
Sorry about that. Have you noticed
Yeah.
that's something common in military people, like military
Just
men?
cleaning like that,
When you get angry, you want to clean something up.
How wild. Oh.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That we'll have to get into that. But let's hear about you.
No, I definitely think, like you, there's kind of some stigma, I feel like, against, like, especially like men too. You feel like you need to carry all this weight on your shoulders and just take the brunt of everything with your mental health on yourself. And lately, within the last couple of years, I think more or less talking with people, man, having like an open ear. I seek out counseling myself. So not like I go regularly, but every once in a while when I feel the need, like I have to get some things off my chest, or I'm feeling a lot of stress and just kind of carrying that weight, I do set up some appointments with my counselor and kind of have that open ear, and someone that can tell me sometimes if I'm right or wrong and help me check myself and kind of give some of those practices like, hey, step back and breathe, or you are being your own best, biggest critic, and kind of just get things off your chest, man. So I'm a real big component of just like letting things out, and talking to people, and, kind of having that avenue to express things, but also too on my own. One thing I like to do is just be in the grow, like keep myself busy, it's like working, and not overwork, I'd say, but still things that I like to do, and hobby wise, even get outdoors, spend some time with my son, go on a bike ride, spend some time with my stepdaughter too, and just do some things we enjoy, being outside. And that really helps kind of check my reality too, and understand sometimes things are bigger than just me, and I gotta be the best I can mentally to be their best for my kids and my family too. So it's
for sure. Yeah, that the whole main character syndrome
Yep.
shit. I deal with that a lot for myself because my ego gets going.
Yeah.
So yeah, just checking yourself, and like you said, like I even myself lost like I just died. I had a therapist quit,
Okay.
or I don't know what happened, and they set me up with another one, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But like I hadn't been to my therapist in like weeks,
Okay.
and I tried this other lady, and I talked to her, and I don't really like, as you guys can kind of hear, like I kind of do my own therapy and shit with my psychedelics and stuff. I work on myself a lot of inner work. So when I go to therapy, I just fucking word vomit. Like,
Yeah.
you guys can tell I talk a lot.
Gift of gab, dude. That's what I tell people too. I have the gift of gab.
Yeah,
I think everybody does when they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you noticed, but
especially military people.
I don't
'cause we
really talk a lot unless I'm around people that I really vibe with.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm quiet, just
Yeah.
working.
Yeah,
Same.
people definitely are like, Jesus Christ, all right, calm down, bud. But I mean, I get going because I don't like if I'm not around a lot of people because I can't be. So when I am, I just go the fuck off. But like I said, with the new therapist, I talked to her and I let that shit out, and I can't tell you, even like just even without like the ketamine or anything like that, that just going there and just fucking word vomiting and just being like, I don't know what it does. It's got to be some sort of serotonin, some fucking shit or something, or just cortisol dump.
It's
But
just serotonin release when you let something off that's been burdening you mentally, physically, emotionally.
You do, huh?
It's a big, your serotonin receptors just flare off. I myself haven't been to a therapist in years, like years and years and years and years. I probably need to go see one, but I do, like you say, I self medicate.
Yep.
yeah, and now I'm even I don't know if anybody else, like I work out
Okay. That's a great
because
form, huh?
that's like it's not for everybody, but it's definitely something that I need to do, because it also will take that monster out of me
Yeah.
because I get the fucking
It'll
high.
humble you. Yeah.
A little bit because the pain and everything, but I'm a little weird.
I hear
You
you.
guys know what, like I'm like, I get excited and I start laughing and like shit in the gym because that's why I try to work out by myself because I look crazier and shit. But I love that shit, and yeah, it's not because I like being in pain. It's because I know on the other side of that shit is what I want. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then the fucking, like, especially when running and that running high, the dopamine fucking dump, all of a sudden then you might as well get the fuck out of my way. I'm about to run off of that treadmill.
That's
Run
one,
through a brick
that's one
wall,
thing
right?
I've never ever experienced.
Bro, I'll get you there.
Running side.
Ever,
Bro,
ever,
I'll get you there.
ever.
I run in a
Yeah.
sauna suit. I was running a sauna suit too.
Yeah, I had to
I'll
run
break you off.
just to
Oh,
just
Pause.
to just to even get
Pause.
to boot camp.
Pause
I
consumption.
had to work out because I was well overweight, and I
Okay.
still ended up having to get a weight waiver. So they had me running in those black construction trash bags
Yep.
That's basically
with
what I run now.
sweatsuits over that.
Yep.
Damn.
That's
Yeah,
how I do it, dog.
yeah, man. In the middle of the summer, 118 degrees,
Yeah, hell
sprinting
no.
up and down South Mountain, like
Oh
these
yeah, I
crazy
sent you a
places.
video. I'm like, check this shit out. If I come out the gym and I open up the sauna, we go.
It was
He's like, you
disgusting.
sweaty? Like, gross.
Drenched, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never gotten that.
That runner's high.
Yeah, ever. Like lifting, yeah. Pull-ups, yeah. Push-ups, yeah, definitely. But
You come running with me, I'll break you through the wall.
Yeah.
I'll break you through the wall.
I can run. I just don't enjoy it
I know.
at all.
I'll get you there.
I'll run from a dog.
Bro,
That's about it.
I be going
Yeah.
through scenarios in my head that I'm chasing someone down that hurt somebody that, or you know what I'm saying, or I'm John Wicking someone over my cat or some shit.
Yeah, I've
I
done
find
that.
it.
I've
I
done
find
that.
it. I find
Yeah.
that motivation and I
I don't
get
know.
it.
It's just running for me, man. Like it's just not for me.
No, same here. Same
Like,
here.
I
More of a
just-
swimmer or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
right?
Throw me in a pool.
Yeah.
I throw you in a pool.
Yeah.
I throw you in a pool.
It might sound funny coming from me, but yeah, throw me in the pool.
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
prefer
that. Don't I just meant he's my friend. I'll throw his ass in a pool.
Right.
No, yeah, man. I prefer. Oh, I love working out,
Yeah.
but when it comes to running, for some reason, I just never.
I dislike it. I very much dislike it, but I get to a point where like the pain, like the first mile is fucking brutal.
Oh,
I run
brutal,
2.5 to
brutal.
3 miles. The first mile is brutal. I want to quit, and then I take some breaths and stuff like that. And then like second mile, I'm like, okay,
Yep.
fucking like this shit sucks. About a mile and a half in, and then close to the second mile, I'm like, oh, this shit sucks. But then after that second mile or whatever, I hit like maybe I'll start doing sprints or some shit, or I'll just continue on. There's just something happens in
Gotta
the
get over that
body
bridge.
because you're just like your body wants to give up or something, and you're in pain and shit, and all of a sudden like it just dumps.
Damn.
Like I can't tell you when it happens or how it happens, but that
Yep.
shit
Have
just
you ever
dumps.
experienced that?
Hell no. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
with
like-
you, man.
I'm sitting here like trying to envision that glory that is the runner's
Yeah.
high. I've been like
You just
literally
got to
been
push
trying.
yourself
No, I'm with you.
beyond
I've-
anywhere that you've ever. I know you were a Marine, so I don't
I've
really.
pushed.
Maybe
Past those
maybe your
boundaries,
maybe
right?
your brain's broke.
I mean,
Shoot.
I mean,
Maybe
it
and
could
not in a
could
joking
be, man.
way.
You know what I
like,
mean?
maybe-
Like I've been through some
So,
things.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it literally can be.
yeah,
But what I feel is like
I meant that
there's-
in a serious way.
Oh,
not
I
in a-
know.
Yeah.
What I feel is like certain people's bodies and minds just don't like or
Exactly.
work with certain things. Like let's give education. Like so some people don't learn from a teacher just up there vomiting instruction
Words
at
in
them.
front of you, right?
Some
They
of them need to get
hands-on.
up on the board and actually work that problem out. Some of them need to be in a group with people so they can all work together and figure it out.
Yep.
Some people love running to the point where they get that runner's high. Some people detest running to where they're like, fuck, I gotta do this again.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just a
that's-
drag.
One of the things though for the gym is that's how I feel about all of it.
Okay.
Like I'm like, I can't believe I gotta fucking do this again. But then I just get in there and
Make
well,
yourself do
first
it,
off,
right?
I get high. I smoke weed before I go to the gym.
Oh, so you could do that. See, I can't, man. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
that type
hold
to-
up.
Yeah.
I smoke weed and then I drink my pre-workout.
Okay.
So I'm high and low. I'm fucking coming in like a fucking F-22.
Dude. Just taking off,
fucking,
huh?
just fucking put the fucking headset on and put in like some metal or some horrible like I'm gonna hurt you rap and I'm gonna go to the gym or I have some motivational shit like Arnold Schwarzenegger shit I listen to. Like
Okay.
I was working out.
any given
You
Sunday.
couldn't smoke.
Rocky.
You couldn't go in the gym smelling like weed. You're gonna get kicked out.
Okay.
I go to the apartment gym. They can kick me. They can try to
You
kick
do
me
whatever
out.
you want.
You can
Yeah.
try to kick me
See,
out.
maybe
that
that's
gym.
what I need.
My
though,
apartment
is-
doesn't have a gym.
Oh, I was saying, once I'm in that gym, you can go ahead. We're
Yeah.
in a cage now.
That's
Now
another
you're
thing.
already, yeah.
Gyms have so many rules now that you want to just work out at home or
True. Have a home gym or a
I
more
just don't
some
like
rules.
be, like I just even driving like mental health speaking right. Like I don't even like people are like staring at you in your
Yeah, it's
car
like
and weird
it's-
shit
it's
everywhere.
a bunch of
Yeah.
anxiety. You're
Yeah.
like, man, I'm gonna go in here. It's like I'm gonna be performing in front of these people because they're gonna
True.
be staring at me.
You're not getting the
It's a
release you went there for.
mental
you know?
health. Yeah.
exactly.
So do you do anything? We're just talking in circles. Do you do anything like working out? I mean,
I
obviously,
do.
like you're growing
Yep.
or and
I
shit
like to
like.
stay active, yeah, and I try to do the same
Obviously with the
thing, man.
kids.
One thing that I tell myself is pain is weakness leaving the body.
Yep. Whoop.
Uh-huh. Exactly, man, and just try to keep at it. But
Sorry,
yeah,
I can't help
like to
myself.
stay out and stay active. I think is the most part. I don't go to like a steady workout regimen or anything like I should be doing probably, but one day,
Should
definitely
be,
got that.
bro. You ain't behind nobody.
Yeah,
You're
you're
where
on
you're
your
supposed to be.
your own schedule, man.
That's
Yeah.
true. Very
That's
true.
that's part of what I've been trying to tell myself is like I'm like, man, I want to be in the great shape. And I'm like, bro, just like we can get there. You
Yeah.
don't have to like get there tomorrow though.
Exactly. That's true.
How has cannabis helped you mentally?
Oh man,
Yeah.
wonders, dude. I'd say there's situations sometimes where I'll get upset and kind of in the moment go home and I smoke and I think about it and I'm like, what the fuck? Why did I act like that? Right? Or why did I have that response? So definitely helps me out, level set. I think be more of an approachable person, more of a relatable person too in some instances, but yeah, just wanders, man. And something that I see myself forever doing, is always partaking in it for multiple reasons, right? Whether it's health or mental health or, even just kind of social too. It's something that I do enjoy, smoking
Yeah.
with friends and just love cannabis, man. It's been a part of my life for a long time. I think that's one thing that's different though from a lot of my peers is like working in the industry, is like I've never had a job steadily in the industry. I know we were talking about that a
That's
little
what
bit
keeps your
before.
passion where it's
Yeah,
at.
for sure.
Like honestly, I've worked at so many,
Me too.
so many.
So many.
I've given so many years to this industry,
Yeah,
and it didn't really give anything back. You know what I mean? That
exactly.
doesn't take away from the industry because
I can't say that.
I love the industry. Like I wouldn't want to be in any other industry. This industry has.
Love
I
it,
take
huh?
that back. This industry has
We're right here, right
given
now.
me another sense of purpose.
Yep, it's
So I
true.
can say that. So the industry here in Arizona may be a little bit broken, but we're still pretty much new when it comes to cannabis here. So I think in a couple of years we'll work out a lot of the kinks that we have now.
I agree, huh?
I just feel like a lot of us are more too much of the magnifying glass on what we're doing, and then we need to just kind of like back
Yeah.
up, back up and realize we were all growing weed, smoking weed, selling weed. We were all doing this way before that this was even a thing.
Yep.
So we
Yeah.
all need to calm down because we're not going anywhere.
True.
We're not. So we're still going to be doing the same stuff. Yeah, we have social media and stuff now, but
That's what it is.
that's all
It
that
is.
that's all that it is.
It
That
is.
and the
Everybody
fear of
wants-
missing out and hurry up.
Yep.
And, like,
Everybody wants to be that person
I've even
that's on top. Everybody's like, "Oh no, my cannabis is better."
Yeah.
I don't
Do you know how
care,
many
bro.
times-
Let's just smoke and have a good time.
Exactly.
all the brands that
I'm
have
with
come
you on
out
that.
here, and I like end up talking to other people in the United States or other places and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I was talking to this brand, but da 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 da, and they're like, what brand?
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't know, you're in weed and you don't know, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, the brands. A lot
Why
of the
do I
brands
know
don't,
them?
Don't
Like,
Yeah.
translate.
Right.
Oh
Huh.
my
A
God.
lot of the brands don't translate state to state.
They
unless they're like big companies like True Leaf, Mojave's in multiple states, Connected in multiple states, Cookies.
Yeah, I just, but
Cookies
like,
is a
stuff
big
like
but yeah,
that.
some of the big brands and like, still people are like, what, who?
Yep.
So like, we all need to chill.
Exactly.
Because there's enough space for everybody. It's just this entire world is just making everything feel really small when the world is just so big.
Yeah,
It's just everyone needs
that's
to.
another thing. Everybody's saying that this market is oversaturated. When in honesty, there's no such thing as oversaturation, because everybody likes a different tier.
Yeah.
Like I'm a purist. I prefer something clean, more on the natural side.
Yep.
And there's other people who love the PGR Rock Hard golf ball nugs.
But then
and
again, but the what they're talking about is that the weed isn't selling, so then you just having a multitude of byproduct baloney brands coming
That's the
out.
thing, though.
Very true.
These byproduct brands are coming out because of the excess cannabis.
And carts
that's
are one
out.
of the biggest sellers
And
too.
you got to
So
look
They
at
are.
it. And you got to look at it. These brands are actually selling more pre rolls and carts than the
Yep,
place
those
that
two,
they
yeah.
got the stuff from.
yeah,
So that's why I'm saying there's always a lane for people. So when people even like myself say, I wish we could educate everyone on quality cannabis, some people don't care
No.
and don't really mind smoking that $25
They
half
just want
ounce
the
because
cheapest they can get.
yeah,
Yeah.
either that's all they can afford or they need to make it last to a certain point. I used to get real offended. I'm like, man, this is why Arizona has crappy cannabis in dispensaries because you guys keep buying it.
Exactly.
Then I'm like, and again, I'm
Scooping the
like, I
trash.
look at the stuff that's actually good, and I'm like, why are we paying $80 for 3.5 of medicine?
Yeah.
right.
Like it doesn't make any sense
It's
to me. And you
outrageous,
look at
right?
places like Oregon and Michigan and California, and they got quality 2 to 3 times of what we currently have here, and the price is 2 to 3 times less.
Exactly. It's where the point should be.
Yeah, this whole thing. That's why we're gonna be doing demonstrations and workshops about growing at home and all sorts of stuff in the future. So stay tuned. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into our last segment, which is Plug Talk promo. Plug Talk. All right. I don't know. I do that a lot too.
All right.
Keep on rolling, baby.
Nice.
I need that button.
You do?
Yeah. Sorry.
That'd be sick.
I did it all for the podcast.
For the podcast.
All right.
I
So
like
the GG Gilbert Grower, good game.
Yeah.
Would you like to go ahead and tell people where they can check your stuff out if you want them to?
Yeah.
Or
So a lot of the local sessions, man. You mentioned the Exhale come through. I think just a lot of local events. I'm trying to be more on myself about being out more, getting out to those events, sharing more of my product, having more people experience my medicine for feedback.
Oh, yeah.
The worst thing I think you can have is a lot of yes men around you that tell you, "Oh, this shit's great.
Thank
This
you.
is the best." So I love to hear sometimes from people.
Thank you for
"Hey,
pointing that out, man.
That's a big
Yeah.
thing in the
There's
cannabis.
there's no progress without truth.
Exactly.
If you can't, that's part of why my thing is true to the movement, because I found in the industry so many people were just like, yeah, that's good, and then in the background, be like, that shit was
That was
garbage.
trash. Yeah,
Like,
that
I'm
was
like, man,
horrible."
why didn't you just tell them that they're not
Straight
gonna
up.
get better if you don't?
Because they won't like
Exactly.
me.
Yeah, no,
Cares?
I'm
Yeah, I know. I don't. Yeah, fuck.
no,
My opinion's not for
that,
sale.
right? Exactly. No, I'm all about the medicinal factor, right? How is this helping you out? How's the quality? How's the taste? Is it something that you would enjoy? I got a couple things that I'm really excited about right now.
I
Growing
was
a
just
couple
gonna ask you
things.
that. That was
Yeah,
my next question.
got some cool stuff coming, man. So right now I'm really big on Threes Genetics. So shout out them. I got some London Fire coming, which is London Pound Mints to Kim De La Kim.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, that one's gonna be fire. Got some Canorado coming. Got Funk Dumper, which is Fat Soda.
Oh.
Great Pie BX.
Ooh, shit! I have strawberry wine right now, which is grape pie times strawberries and cream rosin. That shit's fine. Okay, all right.
Hell yeah, definitely. I got my staple strain. I've kind of hunted this one out a couple years back. I'd say around 2021. Been holding on to it for a while. Is that lemon macaroons? That one's lemonade to animal cookies IX. So that one's a fire one that I've been working on for a while, and really just trying to build that solid stable.
I want that.
Yeah,
I had back.
Want 'em
You
all.
gave me. You got
Definitely.
yeah. Pokemon. Collect them all. You gave me that Sunday
Sunday
fucking driver, dog, and I'm
Yeah.
fucking mad because I can't have any more because I don't know where I don't have any.
Yeah. No, I definitely need to get that one running
It's
again.
like
That was a fire,
fucking blowing
fire
up a
one.
unicorn.
Fruity Pebbles.
I'm over here like,
crazy.
Yeah.
at least you got to try it.
Yeah. I'll bring some.
I don't
some
have
food.
any more. Hey, but at least you got
While
to
ago.
try it, man.
Yeah, no,
a
I
while
got some Murder Squirter too. That one's a GMO. It's a peach granola funk.
That's
That
fucking
one's from,
hilarious.
I
Red
want
Butter
some of that
Sweet
just because of the
Seeds.
name, Murder Squirter.
Murder Squirter.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
I know her.
Yeah, right. What's my ex doing at your house?
What's coming up?
Same thing she was doing at yours.
What's coming up for the Gilbert Grower?
So coming up, man, is really dialing in the rosin. I got some new stuff I'm working on. Really trying to get that dialed in for myself. Stepping the game up there, and just getting some things dialed in. I would love to get more opportunities to wash more product too, collaborate more with people, and just get more experience out there too. So just staying open and, kind of open to any opportunity really at the moment. But
You know what have helped you out a lot? If that HB 2247 would
I
have passed.
know, man, that
Like,
was a
We're
bummer.
something you're working on.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's something I'm working on, but
got to get that going again because that would be sick to
man,
see
just
more
to think,
opportunity, right?
just thinking of home extractors and home growers, how
Missouri
much
just
the
did it.
quality is so much better than a lot of the mass produced stuff. And it's not the fault of any of the extractors. They have to do what their boss tells them to do. You know what I mean?
Yep,
They got to
yep.
meet deadlines and all this other stuff. But when you see those same extractors putting out stuff from their own private grows, and
Exactly.
quality is just
Way better.
way better. It's like food grade to 40U type.
That's true.
Better, like,
That's very
Yeah,
true.
quit putting the 7. What is it? What do they keep saying? Quit putting like the 90U in the fucking in jars.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Yeah, like,
45, right?
40.
Yeah.
Oh, my sorry, not
Uh-huh.
90.
No, you're
45.
good.
I went the wrong way.
yeah, like, and then charging $50 to $80.
Oh yeah, the food. Yeah.
Exactly.
Come
This
on,
is why I don't wash.
This is why I'm a big proponent on education.
Yep. Get
Because
the
there's a lot
education.
of people who push out, hey, this stuff is gas, but don't really know what true gas is. You know what I
So
mean?
dope.
Exactly. That's true.
Are you gonna have any of that for the sesh?
Oh yeah, I'll bring some stuff
Hell
through.
yeah, because
Definitely.
we'll also have the Vape Vana will be there. That they're with
Shout out them. Definitely.
their fucking
Crystals and
their,
rubies, right? How that?
yeah. Fucking, if you are into crystals and shit, get high with some. We'll
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
bunch. Well, they have like 100 or a couple hundred fucking crystals to smoke with. That's
True.
crazy. You're gonna get high. You're gonna enjoy it. All right.
Yeah.
You have
Crazy.
anything else?
No, man, that's really it. Just focusing on the single source, from seed to rosin, really
Yeah.
doing it
Seed
all
to
in house.
shining
So,
seed.
yep,
All right.
definitely.
that's the Navy or some shit. But all right. So do we have anything? Next episode is Sabrina Skittles.
Next episode, Sabrina. Make sure you guys come out March 25th to the state capitol. Help us protest the decisions on SB 1262 and HB 2247.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful,
Come correct, right?
professional.
Don't come out
protest.
just blowing clouds and shit, being an asshole.
Yes, please.
You will get arrested.
Please, please, please come out, but also please be respectful to yourself and to the community. Last thing we want to do is make ourselves look how they already think we are.
Yeah.
So let's go be professional and get some work done.
We're the
Yep.
we're already professionals. We're all
We
in
just
every
need to act
professional
like it
job
everywhere.
everywhere. So,
Exactly. So when-
let's just show them.
Conduct yourself the same way you conduct yourself as if this was a job interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's whether the news actually comes out or not, because I'm trying to get
Don't
all
show
the
your
news
ass.
stations out there as well. Whether they come or not, exactly. Don't show your ass. Please be
Yeah.
professional. Don't scream at people. No fighting. No nothing. Let's be
All right.
peaceful and get it done.
Hell yeah. All right. And then we have the sesh March 29th, Exhale Society. I think it's like at Exhale Society
Exhale
AZ
Society,
Yep.
on Instagram. Our Instagram is at @the_healing chefs, @the_healing chefs. Please give us a follow over there. We're getting a lot of action on YouTube now.
Nice.
It's like shifted from Instagram to YouTube.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
But make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share the shit out of it. Make your family watch it. Turn it on when you leave for the animals. Just throw the playlist on. Let it play. All right, let's get it going. But yeah, we're gonna smoke up and then we're gonna jump on with Sabrina. Tap in, smoke up, trip out. We love you all. Thank you very much for coming out, and
Yeah.
we'll do this again. We'll
Definitely.
have some more shit come in the future. Deuces.